Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. 10 white toes and them toy flip-flops. Manicures and pedicures, I'm always tip-top. When they say I'm not hot, all these lies need to stop. Cause I'm icy, wifey, haters wanna fight me. Never been the one get
Okay, so first I'm just going to take these wig pins I have and I'm going to pin my frontal onto the wig cap onto the styrofoam head. So now that I'm done pinning the frontal to the wig cap, I'm just going to take my needle and thread and I'm going to sew the frontal onto the wig cap. Step 3. So now that my frontal is sewn down, I'm just going to take my tracks and I'm going to start sewing them on the back. Now because I have 3 bundles, I'm going to take my first 2 bundles and I'm going to leave them doubled so that it can be thicker. As you can see, now that I'm on my last bundle, I'm going to sew the tracks singularly and I'm not going to double them. This way that my wig doesn't get bulky towards the top and it'll lay flat. So now that I've sewn the tracks up to the frontal, I'm going to make sure that these final tracks are sewn onto my frontal. Now this is very important in making sure that there is no gap between the frontal and the tracks and that everything moves fluently. 4. So now that I'm done, it's time to dye my roots dark. As you can see, originally I bleached my hair all the way down, but I decided I wanted to keep the roots dark, so I'm going in with a dark black brown dye, and I'm just going to dye the roots. So now that I'm applying the dye, as you can see, I'm using an old clean mascara brush to help me comb the dye through the roots. This just acts like how a normal brush or comb would. It's just smaller, so it can help me comb the dye through without getting any on the lace. I'm only going to use the mascara brush for the front just because I want to make sure the dye gets all the way through those pieces. But the further I get towards the back, the less I'll need to use it. Now I know a lot of people comb out their hair and make their own sections with the hair, but as you can see, I'm kind of trying to use the natural parting of the hair because I don't want to keep combing out the curls. I'm trying to let it stay in its natural pattern and use a comb on it as little as possible. Now I know a lot of people are going to be like, how didn't I get the dye on the lace when I'm being so messy with the dye? But you can take protective measures to ensure that you won't get any dye on the lace. Some ways are to spray your lace with the Got To Be Glued holding spray. Personally, I like to take some conditioner and put on the inside of my wig or frontal, and that way whatever dye does touch the lace, it won't take, and it just kind of more of a protective measure. There are some products made just for this, but a cheap way is just to use some conditioner. So after I washed the dye out, I went ahead and installed it and added some baby hairs. Here's the final product. I decided to go with the middle part because I love middle parts, but as you can see, the curls still go all the way down even after bleaching and dyeing, and the hair held up pretty well, and I believe that's because I combed it as little as possible. Well, that's about all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.